Hi everyone, my name is Parul. Welcome to my channel Parul English Lab. In this video, I'm going to talk about helping verbs in detail. Helping verbs are also called auxiliary verbs. I will talk about what are auxiliary verbs, what are their types, and how they can be used in a sentence. Now, whether you are a basic learner or an advanced learner, this lesson will definitely help all of you, because today I'm going to discuss all the concepts of auxiliary verbs from basic to advanced level. So let's start our today's session. I have told you earlier also that a verb can be divided into two parts, main verb and a helping verb, depending upon its usage in a sentence. So now let's understand main verb and helping verb first. So main verb is also called a principal verb, and it shows the action or state of being of a subject. So main verb, we know main verb talks about an action and it can stand alone. For example, if you say I sing, so sing is the main verb, it's a complete sentence, I sing. Okay, or she goes to school every day, so go is the main verb here, so it doesn't need a helping verb. But a main verb can also be used with a helping verb to show a tense or to make a negative or a passive sentence. So in that case, we need a helping verb with a main verb. So Max plays the piano, so here play is the main verb. It is the main verb and it doesn't need a helping verb. Max plays the piano, it's a complete sentence. So this way, a main verb can stand alone. Now next is I was cooking. So here was is an auxiliary verb and cooking is the main verb. So here was is helping the main verb cooking to show a tense that this action, the action of cooking, was going on in past. At some point of time in past, this action was going on. So this auxiliary verb is helping the main verb to show a tense. Okay. Were you waiting for me? So again, were is an auxiliary verb and the main verb is waiting. So here again, an auxiliary verb is helping the main verb to make an interrogative sentence. Were you waiting for me? You were waiting for me. Interrogative, were you waiting for me? Okay, so it also helps the main verb to make an interrogative sentence or a negative sentence. She was not sleeping. So again, it's a negative sentence. Was is an auxiliary verb and sleep is the main verb. So she wasn't sleeping, it's a negative sentence. The work is completed. Yes, so we need an auxiliary verb with a main verb to make a passive sentence. Okay, so it's a passive sentence. I have made a video on passive sentence. I will share the link in description box. If you have not watched it, please watch it. So passive sentence, the work is completed. So this is the third form of the verb. So this is a main verb and is a helping verb or an auxiliary verb. Okay. I bake a cake every weekend. So here the main verb is bake and we don't need a helping verb here. Okay, so this way sometimes main verb is used with a helping verb to show the tense, to make negative, interrogative and passive sentences. Now next is helping verb. Helping verb is also called an auxiliary verb. So as the name implies, auxiliary means a helper. Okay, so that's why it's a helping verb. It helps the main verb in a sentence to show the tense, make a negative, an interrogative or a passive sentence. We already have discussed about it. Okay, so helping verb helps the main verb in different ways. Now let's go through some more examples. Did you help her? So again, did is a helping verb and help is the main verb. Okay, she doesn't sleep in the afternoon, so it's a negative sentence. Again, a helping verb is helping the main verb to make a negative sentence. She doesn't sleep in the afternoon. The letter is being written, it's a passive sentence. The letter is helping verb being written. So this is a main verb. These are helping verbs. Okay. I am baking a cake. So again here the auxiliary verb am is helping the main verb to show a tense. This is a main verb. And here this is showing that the action of baking is going on right now. Okay, so this way we use helping verbs. Now let's get into it in detail. There are two types of auxiliary verbs. One is primary auxiliary verbs and another one is modal auxiliary verbs. Let's go through them one by one. So primary auxiliary verbs are divided into three categories. First is to be verbs, second is to do verbs, and third is to have verbs. And modal auxiliary verbs, all the modal verbs like must, might, may, will, would, shall, should, etc. I have made many videos on modal verbs, so I'll mention the link in description box. If you have not watched those videos, then please watch them. Okay, so let's get back to primary auxiliary verbs. I'm starting with to be verbs. First form is MR, second form is was, were, third form is been, past participle, and fourth form present participle with ing is being. So these are four forms of to be verbs. They all are the forms of to be verbs. Okay, now these verbs, all to be, to do, to have, these verbs can be used as a main verb or as a helping verb depending upon the sentence, and they also change their form according to the number of the subject in a sentence. Okay, we will see that. So here let's go through some examples to understand these helping verbs and to see whether they are used as a main verb or a helping verb. One more thing I want to tell you here, whenever there is just one verb in a sentence, so that acts as a main verb, no matter whether it's a main verb or a helping verb. But if there is just one verb in a sentence, then that is the main verb, not a helping verb. A helping verb is always used with a main verb. Okay, now first is she is ready. So ready is an adjective here. Ready is giving information about she, so that's a describing word. Okay, so here we just have one verb. However, it's a to be verb or helping verb, but since there is only one verb in a sentence, so here it's a main verb. It is acting as a main verb. Okay, so she is ready. So here this she is the main verb. Next is they were very helpful. They were very helpful. Again, a single verb in a sentence, so it's a main verb. They were very helpful. Now we can use be also as a main verb, but generally we use be in imperative sentences. I have made a video on types of sentences also. So if you don't know what is an imperative sentence, so just go and watch my videos. I will mention the link in description box. Imperative sentences are like commands, request, like that. Okay, so be alert. It's a command or an advice or a request. Be alert. Be on time. You're always late, so be on time. So here be is the main verb. Okay, be confident. Go and give your performance. Be confident. So generally we use be like this. Next is why are you being so nice today? We use being in continuous forms when we tell someone that why are you behaving like this. Okay, so why are you being so nice today? Generally you are not nice to people, but why are you being nice today? Why are you behaving so nicely today? Okay, so this is what it means. She is being weird today. She is being weird. She is acting weird. She is behaving weird. So this way, when you talk about someone who is acting or behaving in a particular manner, then we can use being in continuous form. Why are you being rude to him? Okay, why are you being so nasty? So being, why are you behaving like this? Okay, so this way we can use being in continuous form. These are helping verbs. Okay, next is was he really missing her at the party? So it's an interrogative sentence. We need helping verbs with the main verb. Here main verb is missing, so it's a main verb here. Okay, so we use helping verb with a main verb to make an interrogative or a negative or a passive sentence. So it's an interrogative sentence. Was he really missing her at the party? So was is a helping verb here. The documents have been signed, so it's a passive sentence. So again we use a helping verb with the main verb to make a passive sentence, okay, because in a passive sentence we always use an auxiliary verb with the third form of the main verb. So it's an auxiliary verb, have been and signed, third form of the main verb, okay, V3. So this is a passive sentence. Next is the car is being washed. Again, it shows that the car is being washed. So this action, the action of washing, is going on right now. The car is being washed. So is being is a helping verb and washed is the main verb. So again, this is a passive sentence. I am not free right now. I am not free right now. So we only have just one verb in this sentence, that is am. Okay, so am is the main verb in this sentence. I am not free right now. I'll meet you tomorrow. Okay, so this way these to be verbs is MR, was, were, been, being, be. We can use these verbs as a main verb as well as a helping verb depending upon the sentence. And if you have noticed it here that they change their forms according to the subject. Like here she, so with she, he, she, it, singular third person, we use is. Okay, you are, they were, not was, were. So they are changing their forms according to the subject. She is, they were, like this. Okay, so this was all about to be verbs. Now let's move on to do verbs. To do verbs are do, does, did, done, doing. So first form of the verb is do or does, second form is did, third form or past participle is done, and fourth form present participle with ing is doing. So like other primary helping verbs, to do verbs can also be used as a main verb as well as a helping verb. Generally, do, does and did, they are used as an auxiliary verb or a helping verb, not always, generally. And V3 and V4 form done and doing, they are generally used as a main verb. How? Let's understand it with some examples. She does not like junk food. So here I have used does because she with he, she, it, singular third person, we use does, not do. So she does not like junk food. This is simple present tense. Main verb is like, this is the main verb, and here does is a helping verb. Okay, she does not like junk food. So here does has helped the main verb to make a negative sentence. Now next is, did you go to work today? So this is simple past. We know that whenever we have to make a negative sentence in simple past tense, we use did. Okay, we start a sentence with did. So did you go to the work today? So again, did is a helping verb here and go is the main verb. Did you go to work today? It's an interrogative sentence. They do not finish their work on time. So here do is a helping verb and the main verb is finish. This is the main verb. So this is simple present tense. I hope you know all the tenses. I hope you all must have seen my tenses videos. If you have not, please revise them because then only you can understand these auxiliary verbs. Okay. Now next is what do you do? Now look at this sentence. Sometimes you might come across sentences like this wherein do is used twice in the same sentence. Okay, but here they both have different meanings. So what do you do? So do, when do is used as a main verb, that means to perform an action. Okay, so here what do you do? So this is in simple present tense. Whenever we make a question in simple present tense, we make it like this. What do you do? What do you wear? What do you eat? Okay. So here do is an auxiliary verb and second do is the main verb. Okay. What do you do on weekends? Do you go somewhere? Do you meet your friends? What do you do on weekends? Okay. What did you do? So now this is a simple past question. That's why I have used did, not do, because we used did in simple past. So it's a question in simple past. What did you do last night? Did you go out? Did you watch a movie? Did you go to a restaurant? What did you do? Okay, so again, this did is a helping verb and this is the main verb. Okay, so sometimes you can use this way. Does he help you? So it's a question in simple present tense. Does he help you? So this is a helping verb and help is the main verb. Does he help you? Next is I did wash the dishes. So here this is an emphatic sentence. Emphatic sentences are those wherein you emphasize something. Let me give you one situation. Your mom, before leaving, she tells you to wash the dishes. Okay, now she comes back home and she tells you, I told you in the morning that wash the dishes. You forgot, you didn't do that. No, I did wash the dishes. So here you are emphasizing that you did wash the dishes. You did do that work. Do visit me next time. You can say visit us next time. That's also correct. But when you want to emphasize, you can say you must visit us next time. You have to visit us next time. Do visit us next time. So that means you're emphasizing this thing. So this is again an emphatic sentence. Do come at the party. You are going to enjoy it. Do come at the party, or you must come at the party. Again an emphatic sentence. She does look gorgeous. No, she is okay. No, she does look gorgeous. So you are emphasizing that she looks gorgeous. Okay, so whenever you want to make an emphatic sentence, you can use do like this. Okay, in past did, in present do or does. Next is she had done the dishes. So this is past perfect tense. Subject plus had plus third form of the verb. Okay, so here had is the helping verb and done is the main verb. Third form of do is done. Okay, next is they did their work on time. So this is simple past. They did their work on time and this is the main verb here. Did, second form of the verb do, and this is simple past, so subject plus second form of the verb. They did their work on time. He does his work on his own. He doesn't want anyone's help. He does his work on his own. He does his work alone. Okay, so again does is used as a main verb. So this way to do verbs can be used as a helping verb as well as the main verb. Now let's move on to have verbs. First form is has or have. With singular third person he, she, it, we use has, otherwise have. Second and third forms, simple past and past participle, had and then present participle with ing is having. Okay, now like other primary helping verbs, to have verbs can also be used as a main verb as well as a helping verb. So first let me tell you where have, the verb have, is used as a main verb, and then we'll talk about helping verb. So here first we use this verb to have verbs to talk about possession. Okay, for example, she has a red car. She has a red car. This shows a possession. I have a sister. I have two brothers. Again, it is showing a possession. They had a beautiful house. Now they have sold it, but yes, in past they had a beautiful house. So here have is used as a main verb. With she, it is has, it's a main verb. I have, main verb, and then they had, subject plus second form of the verb, again a main verb. Okay, so this way whenever we are talking about a possession, we use have as a main verb. Okay, I have a chocolate. I have many chocolates. I have beautiful dresses. So whenever you're talking about possessions, we use have. Next is, it is used as a main verb in place of eat, drink, take, experience, enjoy, etc. So whenever you use the verb have in place of these verbs, then it can be used as a main verb. How? Let's see. I will have some coffee. I will drink some coffee. I will have some coffee. So this means drink. Okay, so will is a helping verb and have is the main verb here. Okay. Next is, she has her lunch at 2 p.m. What time does she have her lunch? She has her lunch at 2 p.m. Okay. So again, she eats her lunch. So here have means eat. Next is, I am having a bad day. So here I have used have with ing. Let me tell you one thing, have is a stative verb, okay? It shows a state rather than an action. And we know that stative verbs can't be used with ing forms, okay? But here, only when it is used in place of these verbs, because all these verbs are dynamic verbs, they are action verbs. Eat, drink, take, experience, enjoy, these all are dynamic verbs and we can use dynamic verbs in continuous forms. Okay, so whenever have is used in place of these verbs, then it can be used with ing. Otherwise, it cannot be used with ing. It should be used as a stative verb. Okay. So I am having a bad day. So here have means experience. I am experiencing a bad day. I am having a bad day. Okay, so this is a main verb and it's showing a continuous form, present continuous. So am is a helping verb. Okay, he is having a bath. He is taking a bath. What is he doing right now? He is having a bath. Go and have a bath. Okay, so that means take. Next is, they are having a party. They are enjoying a party. So here have means enjoying, present continuous. They are having a party. Okay, so again this is a main verb. I am having my dinner right now. I'll call you tomorrow. I'm busy. I'm having my dinner right now. So here have means eat. I'm eating my dinner right now. Okay, so all these verbs can be replaced by have, and when you use have in place of these verbs, then you can use it with ing in continuous form. Okay, so these are the places where to have verb can be used as a main verb. Now let's talk about where can we use to have verbs as helping verbs or auxiliary verbs. Now let's see how we can use to have verbs as helping verbs. I had been driving for so long. So in perfect tenses, present perfect tense, past perfect tense, future perfect tense, and present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous. So in these tenses we use have to have verbs, okay, as helping verbs. So I had been driving for so long, I was so tired. So this is past perfect tense. Okay, so this is the main verb and had been are helping verbs. Okay, now they have done their work. This is present perfect. They have done their work, they have completed their work. Subject plus has or have plus third form of the verb. So here have is a helping verb. She will have cooked the food by the time I reach home. She will have cooked the food. Okay, so this is future perfect tense. Subject plus will have plus third form of the verb. So will have are auxiliary verbs. The room has been cleaned. So it's a passive sentence, and we know that whenever we make a passive sentence, we use auxiliary verb with the main verb, and we use to have verbs in passive sentences in perfect tenses: present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect. So this is present perfect. The room has been cleaned. Okay, so here main verb is cleaned and has been is auxiliary verb. Next is they have been sleeping for 2 hours. This is present perfect continuous. They have been sleeping for 2 hours. Again helping verb. I have had my lunch. Now look at this sentence. I have had my lunch. So have and had together. So here this is present perfect and the meaning is different here. This have has a different meaning and this had has a different meaning. This have is an auxiliary verb and this had is the main verb, which means eat, to eat. Okay, so I have plus third form of the verb, subject plus have plus third form of the verb, which is present perfect. So I have eaten my lunch or I have had my lunch. So this is the main verb and this is a helping verb. Okay, so whenever you come across any such sentence, don't think that it's wrong or incorrect, because this way we frame sentences, okay, wherein both have different meanings. Okay, now Tia had had a bath when I called her. So Tia had had a bath, so it's not an incorrect sentence. Okay, so this had is an auxiliary verb. Okay, subject plus had plus third form of the main verb. So this had means take. This is a main verb. Okay, take a bath. So Tia had taken a bath when I called her. Tia had had a bath when I called her. This is past perfect sentence. Okay, so this way you can use to have verbs. You have to finish your work today. Now it's a compulsion. Whenever there is a compulsion or you want to emphasize something or you give a strong suggestion or advice to someone, that time we can use have to. Okay, I have talked about have to and must in detail in a separate video of modal verbs. I will mention the link in description box. You can watch that video. Okay, you have to finish your work today. That means it's a compulsion. You don't have any other option. There is an external obligation that you have to finish this work today. I had to cancel the trip because of some office work or there was some urgent meeting. I had to cancel my trip. Again, some external obligation. Okay, so I have discussed it in detail in that video. Please watch that. Okay, so this way we can use to have verbs as auxiliary or helping verbs. After primary helping verbs, next is modal helping verbs. So modal verbs are like may, might, shall, should, will, would, ought to, must, can, could, etc. Now let's go through some examples. I should leave now. So this is a helping verb, a modal verb and a helping verb, and leave is the main verb. We can meet tomorrow. Again, first form of the main verb. Okay, they might visit us next week. Main verb. It could rain. You may leave now. Main verb. Okay, so the structure is subject plus modal verb plus main verb first form. So this is the structure. Okay, so here I want to tell you a few things about modal verbs. Like we have seen that primary helping verbs can be used as a main verb as well as a helping verb depending upon the sentence. But modal verbs can only be used as a helping verb or as an auxiliary verb. They can never be used as a main verb. Second, unlike primary helping verbs, they don't change their forms according to the number of subject. So whether it's a singular or a plural, they will not change their forms and they will always come with the first form of the main verb. Okay, I have made detailed videos on each and every modal verb. I will mention the link. You can watch them if you have not watched those videos yet. Okay, so modal verbs are equally important. Please watch the videos. Now I hope you all must have understood the difference between main verb and auxiliary verbs, and what are auxiliary verbs, what are primary auxiliary verbs and modal auxiliary verbs, and how they can be used as a main verb as well as a helping verb depending upon the sentence. Still, if you have any doubts, you can mention in comment section, and please revise so that you don't have any confusion with auxiliary verbs or helping verbs, and brush up your tenses also, because tenses is the basic. So if you want to do modal verbs, if you want to do auxiliary verbs, if you want to understand infinitives, gerund, and passive active, you need to brush up your tenses. They are very, very important. So please revise tenses regularly so that you don't forget. Start using them in your day-to-day conversation and keep learning. That's all for today. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Thank you for watching my videos. If you find them helpful, please like and share with your friends. Feel free to leave comments. Do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to receive a notification for the new videos. Thank you, take care, and have a great day.